Have you ever found yourself caught in a cycle of worry, where your mind races with fears and what-ifs? Have you ever wondered how to stop worrying and find peace, especially during difficult or uncertain times? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to explore how to worry less in hard times using Buddhist wisdom. Worry is something that we all experience, and when life gets difficult, it can be easy to let anxiety take over. But Buddhist teachings offer practical tools and insights that can help us break free from the cycle of worry and find peace, even when we're facing life's challenges. The core teaching we'll focus on today is that worry, although a natural human response, doesn't help us solve problems. It only creates more stress. Buddhism teaches us to embrace uncertainty, practice mindfulness, and focus on what we can control. By doing so, we can reduce worry and return to a place of calm and clarity. Let's start with a story, because Buddhist wisdom comes alive when we see it in action. There was someone I will call Clara. Clara had always been a thoughtful and conscientious person. She was diligent in her work, cared deeply about her relationships, and always strived to do her best. But when life became stressful, whether it was due to work challenges, family matters, or uncertainty about the future, Clara's mind would spiral into worry. She found herself constantly thinking, what if this happens? What if that goes wrong? One day, after an especially difficult week, Clara called her friend, Jane, who had been practicing Buddhism for many years. Clara confided in Jane about her worries and how they seemed to take over her life. Jane listened patiently, then shared a piece of Buddhist wisdom that had helped her during challenging times. Clara, I completely understand how you're feeling, Jane said. Worrying is natural, especially when life feels uncertain. But in Buddhism, we learn that worry doesn't change the future. It only steals peace from the present moment. The key is to learn how to respond to life's challenges without getting caught in the cycle of worry. And there are a few simple practices that can help. Jane went on to share with Clara several Buddhist remedies for reducing worry. Let's explore these remedies together and see how they can help you find peace, even during the toughest times. Remedy 1. Recognize that worry is a habit. The first step in overcoming worry is to recognize that it is a habit. Just like any other habit, worry is something that we can break. Buddhism teaches us that we are not our thoughts. Thoughts come and go, but we don't have to identify with them. Clara realized that her worry was serving her. It was a habit she had developed over time, and by recognizing it as a habit, she could choose not to engage with it. Instead of letting her thoughts spiral, Clara started observing them from a distance. Without judgment, she learned to say to herself, I am having the thought of worry, but I don't have to act on it. Remedy 2. Understand the nature of uncertainty. One of the main causes of worry is fear of the unknown. In Buddhism, we learn that uncertainty is a natural part of life. No matter how much we try to control the future, it is always uncertain. Embracing this uncertainty with acceptance can help reduce anxiety. Clara began to understand that uncertainty was not something to fear. It was a part of life. Instead of trying to control every outcome, she started accepting that she couldn't predict everything. When faced with the unknown, Clara learned to focus on what she could do in the present moment, rather than worrying about what might happen in the future. Remedy 3. Focus on what you can control. Worry often arises when we focus on things that are beyond our control. Buddhism teaches us to focus our energy on what we can control, our thoughts and responses. This shift in focus allows us to take practical steps and regain a sense of agency. Clara realized that she couldn't control the outcome of every situation, but she could control how she responded to them. She started focusing on taking small, actionable steps each day to address her concerns, rather than worrying about every potential outcome. This gave her a sense of control and reduced her feelings of helplessness. Remedy 4. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. When we worry, We often get stuck in thoughts about the past or future. By practicing mindfulness, we can bring ourselves back to the present moment, where peace and clarity reside. Clara started practicing mindfulness by taking a few moments each day to focus on her breath. Whenever she felt her mind start to race with worry, she would pause, take a deep breath, and bring her attention back to the present moment. This simple practice helped her calm her mind and reduce anxiety. Remedy 5. Let go of attachment to outcomes. In Buddhism, attachment to outcomes is considered one of the main causes of suffering. When we are attached to a specific outcome, we set ourselves up for disappointment and anxiety. Instead, Buddhism teaches us to let go of attachment and trust in the natural flow of life. Clara began to let go of her attachment to specific outcomes. She realized that no matter how much she worried, she could control every aspect of her life. Instead of obsessing over what might happen, Clara focused on doing her best in the present moment and accepting whatever came her way. Remedy 6. Cultivate compassion for yourself and others. When we are caught in a cycle of worry, it's easy to be hard on ourselves. Buddhism teaches us to practice compassion, not only for others but for ourselves as well. Being kind to ourselves allows us to reduce stress and find peace. Clara began to practice self-compassion by being gentle with herself when worry arose. Instead of criticizing herself for feeling anxious, she reminded herself, "It's okay to feel this way. I'm doing the best I can." She also extended compassion to others, recognizing that everyone faces uncertainty and that kindness can help ease suffering. Remedy 7. Embrace the present moment. Often, worry is rooted in thoughts about the past or future. Buddhism teaches that the present moment is the only place where we can truly act. By focusing on the present, we can reduce our anxiety and find peace. Clara started embracing the present moment by letting go of thoughts about what might happen in the future. Whenever she found herself worrying about something that hadn't happened yet, she brought her attention back to what she was doing right now. This practice helped her find calm and clarity in the present. Remedy 8. Use affirmations to reframe your thinking. Our thoughts have a powerful impact on our emotions. In Buddhism, we learn to challenge negative thinking patterns and reframe them with more positive and constructive thoughts. Clara began using affirmations to counter her worry. Whenever she started to feel anxious, she would repeat to herself, "I am capable of handling whatever comes my way." By affirming her strength and resilience, Clara was able to replace fear-based thoughts with empowering ones. Remedy 9. Take small, positive action. When we are overwhelmed with worry, it's easy to feel stuck. Buddhism teaches that the best way to break free from worry is to take small, positive actions, even if they seem insignificant. Each small step forward builds momentum and brings us closer to peace. Clara began to take small steps each day to address the things she was worried about. Whether it was making a phone call, sending an email, or simply taking time to rest, she found that each positive action helped her feel more in control and less anxious. Remedy 10. Meditate on impermanence. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for calming the mind and reducing worry. In Buddhism, we often meditate on impermanence minus the understanding that everything is constantly changing. By reflecting on the transient nature of our thoughts and emotion, we can detach from them and reduce anxiety. Clara started meditating for a few minutes each day, focusing on the impermanence of her thoughts. She would sit quietly, observing her thoughts as they came and went, reminding herself that no thought or feeling would last forever. This practice helped her let go of worry and find peace in the present moment. Remedy 11. Connect with a supportive community. In times of difficulty, it's important to seek support from others. Buddhism teaches the importance of community minus having a group of people who share similar values can help us navigate difficult times with greater ease. Clara reached out to friends, family, and a Buddhist group in her community for support. By connecting with others who understood her struggles, she felt less isolated and more grounded. Sharing her thoughts and feelings with others helped her gain perspective and feel more supported. Remedy 12. Trust in life's process. Finally, Buddhism teaches us to trust in the natural flow of life. We may not always understand why things happen the way they do, but trusting that everything is unfolding as it should can bring peace to our hearts. Clara began to trust in the process of life, even when things were uncertain. She let go of her need to control every outcome and allowed life to unfold naturally. This trust gave her a sense of peace and allowed her to move through her worries with greater ease. Now, I want to speak directly to you. If you're struggling with worry, remember that you don't have to face it alone. The Buddhist remedies shared here can help you break free from the cycle of anxiety and find peace in your daily life. By practicing mindfulness, letting go of attachment, and focusing on what you can control, you can transform your worries into opportunities for growth and inner peace. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these Buddhist remedies do you think would help you worry less and live more peacefully? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more Buddhist wisdom on how to navigate life's challenges. Like this video so it can reach others who are struggling with worry. And if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member to help us continue creating meaningful content. Until next time, remember, worry is a habit that can be broken. By applying these Buddhist teachings, you can find peace and clarity, no matter what life brings.